All right, shall we begin?
Couple things until you identify the shooter and identify some sort of motive and whether there's a circle around the shooter, you can't go out and say that the threat's been mitigated. That tells me the individual's been identified, whether it's a co-worker or someone else who entered the facility, and that officials know that once that person, and they're saying that that person is dead now, once that person...
He zooms in on the cameraman, zooms up on the license plate. No, it's not 33. It's 24, which is Kobe's number.
Person is taken off the scene. There's not an addition.
Did you even see
that
that
once
game?
That person, and they're saying that that person is dead now. Once that
NU6631.
person is taken off the scene, there's not an additional set of conspirators who still pose a threat on the scene, Wolf.
But right here, though.
Or taken off the scene, there's not an additional set of conspirators who still pose a threat on the scene, Wolf.
All right, stand by, Phil. We're going to get back to you as well. We're going to have more on these developments, very worrisome developments out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's coming up. But right now, I want to continue our special coverage of the coronavirus. We're standing by to hear directly from the president. He's getting ready to walk into the White House briefing room, make a statement, and then we're told he's going to answer reporters' questions. He'll be joined by the vice president and other officials as well who are dealing with this crisis. We've got our analysts and experts here. Dr. Zeke Emanuel is with us right now, former Obama White House health policy advisor. You're also...
This crisis. All right, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it for now. So this is all CNN has been showing, the same stock footage over and over. You know, the shot of the police officers with their guns and all their army gear and the scary machines, vehicles, whatever. And they haven't really said or done much. There's going to be someone speaking later on, but here's some of their footage, what they were showing.
Fatalities are now reported after a shooting incident at the MolSON coors complex in Milwaukee,
MolSON?
Wisconsin. Our national correspondent, Bryn Gingras, is monitoring the situation for us. What's the latest, Bryn?
Yeah, we have a lot of updates for you, Wolf. We did just hear from Milwaukee's Mayor Tom Barrett, who talked to reporters and essentially said that multiple people have died there at the MolSON coors complex in Milwaukee. He believed among them was the shooter, although not giving a definitive number at this
Yeah, look how worried these guys are.
point yet.
It's like they're just told them to stand around for the camera.
Calling...
We got to get shots. We got to get at least 4.5 minutes of you guys standing around. Yeah, you're looking at the camera. You look good, though. I mean, you look like you're ready to go to war.
A horrific shooting has occurred. Now, he wasn't able to say exactly where this shooting on the campus
This guy's got his hand on his gun. What the hell's going on here?
occurred. He's still waiting.
Look real, guys. Look authentic. I know you're not cops always, but today you are.
For law enforcement to give an update, but we do know from Milwaukee police this occurred. He's still waiting for law enforcement to give an update, but we do know from Milwaukee police that this is still an active scene. However, there is not.
I mean, just short of like turning to the camera and waving and saying, "Hi, Mom, love you."
That's an active threat, so that would suggest that there is
There's 7 people dead. You're a cop.
Still an active scene. However, there is not an active threat, so that would suggest that there is no major concern at the moment on that complex. We also know that
I don't know about that. That's messed up.
MolSON coors has put out a statement saying the following: there is an active situation at our Milwaukee facility, and we are working closely with the Milwaukee Police Department. Our top priority is our employees, and we'll provide updates in Milwaukee facility.
This guy cannot stop looking at the camera.
Working closely with the Milwaukee Police Department. Our top priority is our employees, and we'll provide updates in conjunction with the police as we are able. We know the CEO of that company was at a conference in Houston, and he stopped that conference short and headed back to Milwaukee. And as you can see, it's a very active scene there as we're still waiting to try to get updates.
They know they're being told to stand here and just look like this for the cameras.
FBI, ATF.
They're not doing anything. They're not saving anyone's life.
The Sheriff's Department, Milwaukee PD, they're all involved in this active scene trying to get answers.
All involved in this active drill.
As to exactly what unfolded on that very large campus there in Milwaukee.
Are they giving any information at all about a possible motive by the shooter?
We're not. Not learning that
He's dead, dipshit.
just yet. You know, again, the mayor just making that comment that he believed the shooter was one of the multiple people he said possibly killed in this. Again, that is a big campus. It's hard to determine right now at this point. Are we talking about employees? Are we talking about tourists? Of
3.
course, we're going to learn this information as this investigation progresses. Well,
All right, once you get more information, Bryn, you'll let us know. I want to bring in some of our law enforcement
Yeah, let's bring in the expert. Oh, there's another 3. Let's bring in the expert.
He's a CNN law enforcement analyst, former Philadelphia police commissioner, was also
Sorry, the camera's messed up, guys.
chief of police here in Washington, D.C. So when you get this preliminary information, Chief
So you're going to be talking to a guy who's going to be talking about this scene on the phone?
Ramsey, what goes through your mind?
Well, I mean, another horrific incident is the first thing I think about. I'm hearing the same thing, multiple deaths at the scene.
Come on. He's got the Ram in his name. Shout out to Jurassic Liars, man. This is ridiculous.
Including the shooter. I also have heard that as well. There's a lot of information we don't know yet in terms of the numbers, although I did hear a number.
Like, I'm surprised this just isn't a big, like, Mason symbol on the back of this truck by now.
But I'm reluctant to get it out because you always have families and so forth that you have to be concerned about.
I'm not listening to all this. I'm trying to make this quick. Yeah, they got
Also,
this guy. They got a guy in studio.
Former official over at the FBI. What goes through your mind?
Yeah, we just have FBI officials we can get here in 5 minutes to talk about mass shootings. This guy was prepped. He's been here all day waiting to go on.
When you hear the very preliminary information, we don't know much. We just know there are multiple fatalities, possibly including the shooter himself.
Well, you know, you hear questions about whether this is ongoing, and the suggestion from the mayor is that we're in a safer situation than we would have been a couple of hours ago. I would say, as an intel professional, you're looking at this.
Wrap it up.
The first question of, did we identify the shooter? As soon as you identify the shooter,
I'm not watching all this, man. I don't give a rat's ass. It's the same shit every time.
Wisconsin. Phil issued a statement. Gun violence has taken too many lives in Milwaukee, and the mass shooting today is heartbreaking. Unfortunately, we keep hearing about these mass shootings going on all over the country.
Yeah, and I think...
Yeah, and right during, election season, debate time. Parkland was before an election. Gives you a topic to debate about now. I'll bet anything that they talk about this event at the next debate.
The question you'll get going into tomorrow, I wouldn't have this question tonight, but going into tomorrow are questions like...
Like what?
Like Florida. Are there red flag issues here where somebody saw something that would have led law enforcement, had they been given an indicator?
Yeah, we need more security, man. We need more invasion of privacy. All right, I'll look for more.